Good evening, YouTube. This is Jason, aka Bit Junkie. I hope this video finds you doing well. It is Friday, December 29th, 2017. We only have 2 days left in the year. Me personally, I'm looking very much forward to 2018. I think it's going to be a fantastic year. Uh, Speaking specifically about cryptocurrencies, I think the creative facility of human beings is off the charts. So I think we're going to see things created next year within this space that we did not see coming and that we had no way to conceptualize on our own. You're like, when you see it, it's going to be like, wow, why didn't I think of that? Like how did it take so long for Apple to create the iPhone? But once you saw it, and now that we use those things, it's you couldn't imagine life without it. And I think some things like that are going to be created in this next couple of years, and specifically in this space and the financial markets. There's going to be a huge paradigm shift and a major disruption, and I'm excited to see what it is. Real quick, Crypto Unite Global is the community that we're building to watch that market, to I guess profit from that market, to expand that market. The gentleman on the left, that's Jim Cohan, my partner. That's me on the right. And I mean, we have a shared vision. We want to bring people together and increase the adoption, have us all sit at the table and discuss our experiences, what we're doing within the space to make profits, and just increase awareness. Awareness is our best friend. In a new industry, it's best to awareness can be your number one ally to being successful. So please come join us in the community. It's free. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. The website's under construction. It's going to be the place where we kind of pull all the resources together in one easily digestible place. So yeah, just stay with us. Come join in, and we'll all grow together, make money together, do everything. All right. So soapbox put away. This video is supposed to be about mining, and it will be about mining. The premise of the video has definitely changed from when it was originally conceptualized because originally we were going to be opening a new contract with a mining company, but upon further due diligence, we don't want to do that. I'm not going to name the mining company, but our process for evaluating investments at this point is we do our research, and then we contact the companies, and you want to get a good feel for them. I feel a level of responsibility by doing these videos. If I show you something, I'm kind of sort of endorsing it. Even if I don't endorse it on the video, by showing it to you, I'm exposing you to it. And there's a faction of people that watch the videos that, they immediately go jump on whatever they see. So I feel a level of responsibility to, at least before I present anything that even I'm going to do, to fact check it and do my due diligence. So we couldn't reach a level of comfort with this particular company we were going to start a contract with, so we're staying on the sidelines. I am, however, invested in Hashflare mining, and Jim has, I think, 3 or 4 max contracts with them right now. So he's all the way in and doing wonderful with them. And I did kind of like a test account a couple weeks ago just to get my feet wet, and I plan on going all the way in around now. But Hashflare's prices went up, which made their profitability drop a little bit. So we'll discuss that. I'll show you a little bit of math. And then, we were looking for another company that has similar pricing to what Hashflare pricing used to be. We found them, but now we're not comfortable with the company, so we're not going to do that. All right. But we will discuss mining in this video. So let me get to it, because I don't want this video to be 85 minutes long. But allow me quickly to go backwards real quick. Because a lot of people that watch the videos, some of this stuff with blockchain, and this gets a little technical and it can be hard to digest. So this is a diagram that I made. I think this is from my very first video. It might have been my second video. I don't remember. And now as I look back on it, it wasn't a very good illustration, to be honest with you, but it's usable enough. Okay. So we're going to assume this is the Bitcoin blockchain. Okay. And I'm going to try and explain how mining works based on this diagram. So this should probably say entity and not transaction, but let's just say just assume this is entity. So if you have a transaction between two entities, right? The the data from that transaction is then sent to the network participants. This is how a blockchain works. The thing about this is this network participant, isn't Bitcoin, the company. This person's in China. This person's in the USA. This person's in South America. This person is in South Africa. This person is in Iceland, right? The network participants are all over the globe. That's what a distributed network is. So none of these companies or these network participants are under one umbrella company. They all just have the Bitcoin protocol on their computers, and anywhere you are in the world, you can participate and be a network participant. And so the way this works is when this transaction happens, it gets disseminated down to all of these participants. And then these participants move it to this one central ledger that stores all of the transaction information. Okay, so each one of these network participants would be a miner. This is what mining is. They receive the data, they process the data, and they move it to the ledger. But because there's no central company here, how do they get paid? Well, they get paid by the network and what the network's currency is. And if this is the Bitcoin blockchain, they get paid in Bitcoin. So you follow that? Transaction happens. It gets disseminated down to all the network participants. They move it to the ledger. And for processing that and moving it and making the network, they get paid Bitcoin. It's part of the protocol. So this is what mining is, okay? So that's just a brief, quick, and probably not thorough explanation, but hopefully that gives you some type of idea of what mining is, okay? So mining, in my opinion, is probably the safest way to earn Bitcoin, because without the miners, there is no network. So, you can do trading, which you can win, you can lose, you could be good at it, you could be bad at it. You could take a risk and jump into some of these platforms to do the trading for you and give you a piece of the profits. But mining is simply proof of work. If Bitcoin exists or Ethereum exists or Litecoin exists, then the miners are getting paid because they're the ones processing everything. And without them, there's no network, right? So the risk in mining. Well, the mining difficulty changes because the more expensive the coins get and the more competition comes into the space to do the mining. As you saw, on that document, you had several miners processing the same transaction. So it's kind of whoever's the fastest to do it gets the award of the coins. So the block difficulty goes up as the price goes up. And then there's also the price itself. You may do the mining and you win, one whole Bitcoin, but what's that Bitcoin worth? If it was January, it was $1,200. If it's today, it's $13,000. So how much your power costs versus what the value of the coin is, that ratio can change over time. And then when you factor in the difficulty, so those are your risks. Now, another risk is, with mining, most people aren't going to go buy the equipment and set up a server room. The easiest way for us to invest in mining is to join some type of cloud mining group, join a pool. So what these cloud mining companies do is they lease to you equipment within their pool. So they may have a location that has, I don't know, $100 million worth of mining equipment in it, and they'll let you lease some of the equipment, which helps them buy new equipment, helps them maintain the existing equipment, and you get to lease it from them, and then you get a portion of whatever that equipment mines during the course of the month. All right, so I love mining. I think it's you're basically a market maker, or it's a transaction. It's a closed-end transaction. Proof of work is the most guaranteed payment, because if there's no mining, there's no network. I know I've said that 5 times, but I mean, it's a very important point. So the question becomes, how profitable is it, right? So let's take a look. I have Hashflare accounts here, and what I did is I bought a mining contract. So the way mining, this is where it gets kind of technical. So a terahash is basically an amount of processing power. Okay, so a terahash in mining, when I got in, cost $150 per terahash. They since have moved the price up to $220 per terahash, which is why I didn't go all in on the mining just recently. So I bought 7 terahashes, which 7 times $150 is $1,050 worth of processing power to do mining. All right, so here are my transactions. I'm going to go down here, and this is, again, Hashflare. So I'm going to separate this box by my payouts. Okay, so if you look at my payouts, and here are the dates, 30th, 29th, 28th. So you look at this, and this is in Bitcoin, 0.009098. I mean, basically, it's around 0.09495. I didn't add these up and average them out, but so let's get a calculator out. I never have the calculator ready. So let's say I'm averaging. You think it's fair about 0.95, okay? So let's go 0.0095, and Bitcoin right now is around $13,600. And that was completely bad math. Sorry, guys. Let's try this one more time. Maybe I had one less zero in there. All right. Bitcoin's about $13,600, right? All right. So $12.92. And I'm always going to convert this to dollars because it's hard for some people it's very abstract to look at Bitcoin and assert or attach a value to it for most people, because I mean it's just decimal and numbers. So I'm always going to convert it back to dollars just to help you understand it. But you get paid in Bitcoin, obviously. Okay, so my average payout might be $12.92. All right, I invested $1,050 at the beginning, which is basically 1.23%. That's what this decimal here is. And that's at today's price, right? So imagine my same zero, I don't know what's going on with my calculator here, my same 0.095 payout per day if Bitcoin goes to $20,000. Is $19, and you divide that by 1,050 that I invested originally, and that's 1.8%. So since I've been doing this, my average payout per day has been between around 1.2 to 1.8%. That's been my real-time math on mining. So mining is extremely lucrative. My problem with mining right now, though, is the price has just gone up to $220 per terahash, right? So the same amount of 7 terahashes that I bought originally would cost me $15,040. Okay, so let's remember that. So my same this is my 0.0095 Bitcoin per day, and let's say Bitcoin is at 13,600, like my original example. $12.92, and I forgot the other number. But that divided, I think it was $1,540. I mean, but you get the point. So it's less profitable. That's 0.8% per day, down from 1.2. So the reason I haven't gone back in and reinvested a lot more money into this mining contract is because at Bitcoin's current price and current difficulty, the per day value is a little lower than it was when they were priced a little bit lower. And that's why I went looking for a mining contract that was cheaper. And I'm sorry if this video is kind of boring you guys, because I think I'm kind of boring myself. But the point is, mining is very profitable. It's a very consistent thing to do. And I'm bullish on Bitcoin. So ultimately, I will come back and buy more mining contracts. There's going to be a lot more mining contracts that are going to be on the market in March, and I'm going to kind of reevaluate, but I want to be proactive too, because if I come back and buy mining contracts later in January, even at the current prices, that could be in anticipation of Bitcoin's price going up. Because as the price goes up, even though the block difficulty will go up, I think it will also bring up the return average as well. So mining is a beautiful thing. I have reinvested all of my profits. You guys know how I love compounding. So I've reinvested all my profits back in that I've been making on mining and buying more terahash. So I'm almost up to 8 terahash now. And you can see here, here's the forecast for how much money I'm going to make per day, per week, per month, and per 6 months. And this is on $1,050. So $428 return on $1,000, $1,050 contract is very, very good. And like I said, you're part of making the network, so it's probably among the safest things to do in cryptocurrency, in my opinion. Okay, so that's pretty much mining. Hashflare is a good company. Genesis Mining is probably the bellwether mining company. They don't have any contracts for Bitcoin available right now, but they're supposed to have more in March, so I'm going to be on the lookout for that. But Hashflare has been going very well. There's other YouTubers out there that use Hashflare. They've got a pretty good reputation. Their support team is responsive, and they've been around for a while, so it seems to be going pretty well. I did find another investment that I'm going to jump into that has a higher yield and has a really low turnaround time, and I'm going to show you guys that investment on Tuesday of next week. So we're going to do a pretty sizable investment in a group that we did a lot of due diligence on, and a lot of you came to us with this investment, and we're going to give it a shot. So on Tuesday of next week, we're going to show you a new investment that I would have put money into Hashflare is actually going to go into this other investment that I'm going to show you on Tuesday. All right, but that's pretty much my mining contract, and that's it. So sorry that the video was very uneventful. We had it planned to do this really nice size contract with this other company, but it just didn't pan out because they didn't pass the due diligence test. And we thought they did, or I wouldn't have announced it on that last video I did. But like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you get notifications. And tomorrow we're going to do USI Tech. We'll do an update video on what's going on with them. And you guys have a wonderful weekend if I don't see you on the video tomorrow. And I'll talk to you next week. And have a wonderful evening.